Do you want to share anything from your first Danny?
Sure. Yeah, I can talk a little. So I had no idea what to expect. I kind of just went because I had the summer free and Brenda talked really highly of it. And I knew I needed some sort of jump start because for various reasons. So I went and it was so good. She has a real talent for really speaking to exactly what you need to hear, and you feel like she's talking directly to you. So I just had so many moments of clarity. She really made me realize that I am a true Ruby 100% through and through, and I need to embrace that. And just made me feel really empowered that I can have success in this business and in my life if I just take daily action every single day. And it's not about having to do anything huge. It's just about being diligent every day. And so that made me feel better because sometimes as a Ruby, I get super overwhelmed because I want to be awesome and I want to jump right to the very end. And I was forgetting to take the baby steps. So I came back with a better perspective, I guess. And it was really awesome just to meet all these people I had seen on team calls. I met Summer, Blaine, Krista. So many people were so welcoming to me, and so that was really motivating in and of itself.
Yes, I love our team. We are so blessed. Like not just our Team Ignite team, but Team Courage team. It's so amazing. I've met some of my favorite people in my life through this team, and that it's a huge deal. So anyways, I'm going to get started. Tonight we're going to talk about setting up a challenge group. So I'm hoping this internet connection is going to work well enough for me to do this because it's going to be a lot of screen share for you guys. But with our team growing, you guys see it every day. We've got new coaches coming in and everything. And for Kimberly and I, it's going to be harder and harder to take on, and unless we just want that's awesome. There's an all guys challenge group starting on August 1st. That's very exciting, Leslie. I wish I could get my husband back on Facebook so he could get in there. But he won't do that. If they do it on the app, he would be all about it, I'm sure. But with the team expanding and everything, unless we want these challenge groups to just get huge, we're going to have leaders start stepping up and setting up groups and running groups. And I know it might seem scary at first. I know I was a little bit scared the first time I did one, but honestly, I'm going to show you guys right now, there's not a whole lot to it. And you have to remember that you're going to have the support of all the other coaches on the team that are in that group with you as well. And you guys, we set up a schedule and everybody gets in and posts a day. So it's not as daunting as it may seem. So anyways, with that said, welcome back, Blaine. With that said, I am going to share the screen here and get started on showing you guys if it'll let me. Okay. All right, so, and I don't know if you guys haven't done this already, if you see this right here in the middle, I don't have my newsfeed pop up in the middle so I can just jump in and do work. This is something called like Facebook Eradicator or something. It's something that you can put on your computer and it takes all of that stuff that's right there in the middle out. So you can just focus on getting work done, and that works so much better for me. So if you haven't before, I totally suggest you try it. Apparently it's called Newsfeed Eradicator is what it says right there. So if you go into our team page, there are tons of, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but if you go into photos and then you go into albums, there are lots of cover photos, flyers, ads, all that good stuff right here for you. And it's from like anything that we've done in the past. So you really generally as a rule won't even have to worry about like making a cover photo or finding a cover photo because there's all kinds of good stuff right here for you to use. So always keep that in mind. And then if you go into the files section, there's lots of good stuff to help you out with the challenge groups in there too. Like multi-program post ideas. That's what I generally as a rule use. And then as you go on down, like there's script ideas for free groups and the recipes. And as you keep going down, there's all kinds of good stuff in here, guys. Meal plans, 21-day fix tally sheets, fixate recipes, like basically anything and everything that you would need to run a challenge group is right there. And then also, if you guys are not familiar with the everythingwithheart.com website, there is a whole section of coach tools right here as well. So enter your password. It's why not me one, and you have to hit submit. You can't hit enter or it won't work for you. And you scoot down to running a challenge group, and everything that you could possibly need is right there. And I'm so glad the internet is working right now. I seriously, like when Hunter pulled it up and it started working, I wanted to vomit. I was like, really? I've been working on that for like 3 hours. So it tells you all about the system. I always, when I'm doing this, want to point to things for you guys to see, and then I realize you're not in front of me, so you can't see it. So anyways, when you scroll down here, you see there's a checklist of things that you need to coach a challenger, all the tools that you need. Hold on one second, guys. I need to meet somebody. There it is. That's not what I wanted to do.
You're fine, darling.
If anybody's on and you notice you're not muted, will you mute yourself? Because I have to get out of screen sharing to mute. I don't know. Somebody on an iPad, if you can mute yourself, if you're even here and can hear me. Okay. So everything that you could possibly need for that. Tools, lots of good stuff to send to your challengers. It's got all the meal plans in there for you. It has basically everything that you could possibly need. 60-day challenge post, Shakeology recipes, Shakeology desserts, the fixed meal plan. So everything that you could need is in there. And really the only thing that you would need to do to change it up, like it's all there for you, is it's probably better to do videos of yourself instead of using, like Summer has a meal planning video. So instead of using Summer's meal planning video, take the time to, oh, my internet connection is unstable. Awesome. So take the time to make a little video about meal planning, or, you know, she has her why video, those kind of videos, because our challengers want to see us and our coaches, not, you know, Summer, somebody that they've never met, will never know. So, or not necessarily never know, but you know what I mean. So that would be my only suggestion, is that you get in and make your own video for like those things. Other than that, like I know Crystal has a meal planning video, so if you happen to be in a group with her, you can just ask to steal hers. I have a few different videos that I'm more than happy to share. I can't even think of what I have right now, but anyways, okay, so here is where the good stuff starts. It's, you guys, I promise you, it's super, super, super simple. And like I said, just remember that you have your group. Blaine has lots of videos too. And Crystal said I'm still looking and sounding good, so thank goodness. If you go right here, you're going to create a group. And I'm just going to go ahead and create one of the two that we're going to use for the upcoming one that starts not next Monday, but the Monday after that. So you just go in and type whatever your name is, and it's going to make you add somebody, or at least in my experience, it's always made me add somebody. I always go ahead and add it to my favorites, because if it's not my favorites, I don't remember to go in and add it sometimes. And then I realized that I was forgetting to post in the group because I didn't know that it needed to be there. So Crystal is going to get added for right now. And then I always change the privacy to secret, because you don't want, like this, it is a really personal thing that we're doing with people. And while they don't mind opening up to other people that are on the same goals and whatnot as them, I'm sure they don't want everybody in Facebook knowing what they're doing until they have awesome results, and then they want to shout it out to everybody. So then you just click on create a new group, and you pick a fun little icon. Oh, look, Saturn's here now. We'll do sunglasses because it's a summer group. and say okay. All right.
Okay. There's water over the thing.
Joanna, will you mute, Sweet Pea?
Huh?
Can you mute for me, please?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
All right.
All right. So I always just go in first thing and upload a new photo, and I just made a new cover photo for that one. So I'll open that one up and we're going to use that one. My group has been added to my favorites, so you see it's down here in my favorites now. And save the changes on that. Anytime you need to go in and add members, you just add right here. And then I am a really big cheater when it comes to doing this. Every single time that I do a group, I just steal the things from other groups. So, like we have the commit to be fit group. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to grab this description and copy it and paste it right on over into that group. And I might have to change a little bit, but for the most part, that's pretty easy. So add a description to tell people what it's all about. We'll say summer has arrived instead. Okay, well, I'm just going to save this for right now, and then I'm going to change it later because to reword it and all that's not the important stuff right now. So I'm just going to save that. And then you basically are just going in and adding the files. And guys, don't overcomplicate it. I used to, when I set up groups, would put like 6 different meal plans in there for people and Shakeology recipe. Of course, they need their Shakeology recipes, but I think that I made it way too complicated. And when people were like, well, what should I be eating? We'd be like, oh, if you go under the files, lots of great meal plans. And they'd be like, okay, there's too many. Which one should I be following? So just keep it simple. I go in to add the file, and the one that I'm using right now is in the team page. And this doesn't have to be the one that you use. You can use anything from everything with heart. But I just go with this 30 days of clean and easy recipes and add that in and just say, you know, hey guys, here's your meal plan for our 60 days together. Like, it doesn't have to be anything too difficult, whatever, just a little something to describe what it is. And this file does take a little while to load. And of course, it's going to tell me my connection's unstable. Hopefully it won't take too long because it's kind of a big file. But this is a really good one. It's got,
Megan.
Yes. Yeah. Can you not hear me? Blaine, can anybody hear me? You guys are all frozen. I must be gone.
Oh, there she is. Are you back?
I am, but I had to get out of that. That's the only way that I can be here.
Okay.
So, Blaine, I don't know. You're not the person that's setting up the other group. Do you want to set one up real quick? Do you mind?
Do you want me to just, oh, you didn't make me an admin. I was like, I could just add her to that group.
Let me see if I can go on real quick and make you an admin. That one file is really
Or
big.
Crystal, you can just take it over, sweet Crystal. You can do it too.
Yeah, it's not like you haven't set up a group before.
Right, girlfriend?
Can.
And honestly, you
Stepping
don't have
out of
to
my
add
comfort zone.
files.
I mean, this is my comfort zone.
Well, that's where the magic
Yeah,
happens,
hold
boo.
on. All right.
Poor
Fine.
Crystal. I mean, if you want to, I'll even talk about it, or you can talk about it. It doesn't matter to me. So then you see where Crystal, it says
Right,
that I added her to the group. So she's going to jump into the group. And do you want to just talk about it from here on
I
out?
was looking at the. Sure. Okay. So what's the goal? Okay. So you were adding files. Is that? Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so one of the things that I've always done is finding the files elsewhere. Like Megan said, there's so many different things out there. And I have some, my bad. I have some saved on my computer. I have in my documents a Beachbody Challenges folder. And I just kind of go through there. The last one that I really did on my own without Megan's help was not that one, was this group in December, and I must not have added them to this file. So there's like a new challenger checklist that I like to do along with like a questionnaire for them. Megan, I don't know. So I'm sorry. I'm so unprepared for this. But there's like, this is one of the files that like I kind of went through, and I know it's in the Team Ignite page. So, Megan, were you just adding files from other groups into here? Is that how you were setting it up?
I'm just showing people how to add the files in, like exactly what cut and dry, what you would do when you were setting it up. So
okay, so
go back and you don't have to show us all your other groups. Just what you would add if it was a brand new group right now.
Okay, so if it's a brand new group right now, I would start by adding like a new challenger checklist because I think it's important for them. Oop, not a picture. I think it's important for them to have an idea of where to go and like how to get started. So I have this checklist, and Megan, we can add them all to this group. That way they have one of the things. And this was one of my more successful groups, I think, that I've ever run on my own. And so I'd say like, here is your checklist to get you started in the right direction. Make sure to print it out. Smiley face, because I'm big on smiley faces. Like really big. But this file, I think, is one of the most important. And when setting up the challenge, like it's just your prep checklist. It talks about reading, making sure you have what you want, scheduling your workouts. And then I always have my challengers send it to me. So like you could say, make sure you send this to your coach when you've done all these things, along with your measurements. And you can, I don't make them send me their pictures because sometimes they're really weird about it, but measurements I think are really important. And then you can add, like there's two different ways to do it. You can add all the files at once at the beginning, or you can add a little bit each day. Like if you're doing a prep week, I think it's a good idea to kind of spread it out. So like if you're doing meal plans, I honestly didn't find one saved onto my computer, but I could look again. I was trying to be quick about it. But it's a good idea to go through and look at whichever meal plans you think, whichever meal plan you think you want your members to follow. Documents, challenges. So like if I'm doing the 7-day clean eating challenge, there's a grocery list, or this is the 7-day slow cooker challenge. So I would add the meal plan. So here's the meal plan we will be following. Sorry, Megan, we're probably going to have to delete a lot of these, but and then I would add the grocery list because it's important. It goes, most of the meal plans that are in Everything with Heart also have a grocery list that goes along with it, which is good for helping them get started on what to buy. Here is the grocery list that goes with our amazing meal plan. Smiley face. And then, so you just add the files, and then you can start adding challengers. A lot of times you want to make sure that you shout out your challengers, like say, hey, welcome to the group. and then you get into introductions. So definitely before you, sorry, I wanted to see what somebody said. Definitely before you get started, you want to do introductions. Do you want me to keep going with that?
If you'll stop sharing, like if we're, that's good. Like that's basically the gist of how you load stuff. I will just show a few documents if you want to stop sharing, and I can go back in and share. Because if I'm not loading anything, I should be okay.
And Teresa, to answer your question, sometimes they do, depending on what kind of challenge you're running. It's more of like that one that I was loading pictures from. It was, or that I was loading the meal plan files from. It's usually more for ideas. The 7-day crockpot challenge was like all about using the crockpot. So that one we did actually follow the meal plan, but a lot of times it's like just ideas for them with things that go along with their program. And there are certain meal plan, a lot of the meal plans have like the number of containers that go with it.
Yeah, so I mean, even though there's, like she said, even though there's always a meal plan that comes with it, I mean, we all know nobody's going to follow one specific meal plan exactly to a T. So it's nice for them to have extra options. So that stuff is all good to have. So when you're in this Everything with Heart, like I was telling you guys, all the tools you need to run a successful challenge. So the posting guides are in here, and the posting guides have, okay, so right here, number 2, 30 to 60 day prep week post. This is how easy it is for you guys. Like it's completely spelled out, every post that I would put. So generally as a rule, this group starts on the 25th, I think it is. I would start next Monday, the 18th, with these posts, and I literally copy and paste. I mean, I might double check it because a lot of the stuff in here is, it's summer talking. So it might say like Chad and I sit down and do this. So I will change it up to Hunter and I sit down and do this, because Hunter and I do really sit down and meal plan together. So it's not like I'm just making it up. But excuse me, sorry. So anyways, you're basically literally just copy and pasting. Like it's super simple. You don't have to make it more difficult than it is. You can personalize it however you would like to, but keep it simple for yourself so that it doesn't stress you out. So like you can see here, like this says the Monday before is going to be summer. And that's usually when I would open that group up, and it's going to start with introductions. And then I just don't use this little part to, like I don't do this part down here where like Summer's saying, this is my crazy family. And obviously I wouldn't put her picture in there. I personally usually just add my introduction below instead of in with the post. And then again, it's all right here for you. Like, okay, this is prep time. And then it tells you, here's all your tools together. So there would still be, there's another meal plan in here. And this is where there's a video of summer meal planning. So it takes you right to where we were at in Everything with Heart. So everything right there is for there for them, like Shakeology recipes, all that good stuff. I'm going to see if it'll let me add that. Forgive me, guys. This whole thing has me totally stressed out. So hopefully you guys are getting some good information here. And I'm not organized like Crystal because I'm a sapphire. So, and yes, I had to tell my friend happy birthday with that cute little fella right there. So that guy's in there. But okay, so Shakeology recipes, and I always say something like, you have your Shakeology. Now what? I can't talk and type like Crystal can. And I'll just say these are some of our favorite. Really. Apparently I can't type at all either. Okay. Let's see if it will let me. do this without kicking me out. You guys let me know if I still see everybody, so we're good. These files are a lot smaller, so it's going to be easier, and I shouldn't really have any issue. And then there's a Shakeology dessert one. So basically just the ones that I put in, and again, you guys can totally customize this to your group if you know there's going to be a lot of 21-day fix people. There are some specific 21-day fix things that you can put in there. So anyways, me personally, what I add to a group, and again, like I said, you know, you guys can customize this to your group, but I always make sure that there is a meal plan in there for them to follow, that there are Shakeology recipes for them. I put the Shakeology dessert recipes in there. And again, like these things I probably would not have put in there, and that is only because, you know, it's a 60-day group, not a 7-day. But then again, like these clean eating slow cooker recipes, somebody might need them, so we'll probably end up leaving that in there. And then the challenger checklist I do put in there. Crystal was talking about the questionnaire, and I actually send this to people personally, but that's your call. Oh, I'm not trying to go there. I still have a relatively new computer, so sometimes I'm just looking around and don't really know what I'm doing. So there is, I think it's called the Why Not Me questionnaire. Okay, so this I do send to them personally and get them to send it to me. And it's basically just stuff about them. And you can see it even says right here, the answers are going to be confidential. So that's another reason why I go ahead and send it to them and don't put it in the group. But either way, you can do it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And this is just stuff like, this is really important to send. I don't know if this is something that you guys have been taught to send or if it's something relatively new and you've never seen it before. But for me, it's been really good for me and my challengers because I learn what their biggest obstacles are. I learn how they want me to help them if they fall off and all that kind of stuff, so that when it does, see, it says it right here, when you start to fade, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to help you? And then it even goes into like, what kind of sacrifices are you willing to make so that we can do this? Because you do hear all the time, I don't have time for it. So like, are you going to get up 30 minutes earlier? Are you going to stay up 30 minutes later? Like, what are you going to do to make a difference in your journey? So, I hope this isn't going to close everything out. Okay. Sorry. So all that stuff is there to have, and I have no idea how I did that, but okay. I really am so computer literate, guys, but I can set these groups up. So those are the files that I usually add. Like I said, Shakeology recipe, Shakeology dessert, a meal plan. And then I do have a few other little like photos that I put in there. Like I have a portion size it right thing that I like to put in there just so people have an idea in case they're not doing 21-day fix, that they can have that there. And that's basically, I think it's within Everything with Heart. I like it better than mine too. The questionnaire, Leslie, is that what you were talking about? And now I don't have it on the viewer, I can see you. Is that what you were talking about, Leslie? Yeah, okay. And it is in Everything with Heart. So that is there. And I just, like I said, that works out well for me because I get to know like what people want me to do when they fall off or whatnot. And they know what they can be expecting from me when that does happen, that they're going to hear from me, how they're going to hear from me, whatnot. What am I forgetting? Blaine, am I forgetting anything? No, I mean, like, this is it, guys. And then you just go through, and like I said, from this page right here, like you're copying and pasting these things. And like I said, do take the time to read over it and make sure that you're not sending something out. Like one time I was super duper rushed in the morning when I was putting my Thursday post up, and it was one of Summer's posts, and it said something about back when I played softball in college, and one of my challengers played softball in college and was an umpire, and she was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And I was like, oh my God, no, it was really embarrassing. So do make sure that you read over and you edit whatever might need to be edited, because she does say things like Chad and I sit down and they'll be like, who is Chad? You want to make sure that nobody thinks
Can I
you're
say something?
Yes.
So I just want to say, I think it's important to, because I think that setting up a challenge group or creating a challenge group has somehow become this big scary monster out there for people. And I think it's really important to say, it's really not, like it's really, really not. And mostly the reason it feels that way is because you think in your brain there's a certain way they're supposed to be set up. But guess what? None of those challengers know that or even believe that. First of all, there's no certain way it's supposed to be set up, but whatever way you have in your brain that you've seen, like Kimberly does it this way or Megan does it this way, those challengers don't have a clue. They're just looking for a as long as you make that joker private and you get people in there, that's it. Because us coaches are here to help pick you up. If you've got a couple coaches in there with you, we'll fill it with content. Like you're going to get Lane's videos and her sweaty selfies and her whatever. Like we'll fill it. So don't let it be a scary thing, because it's really not. It's just creating a group, put a cute border up there, throw some recipes in there, and call it a day. Like I busted out pretty early on because I'm a Ruby and because I can do it better than everyone. That's not true. That's a 7th grade mentality, and Danny would punch me in my throat. I was kidding. I can't do it better. But I busted out pretty early on, and I just like fake it till you make it. Like just don't let it be some big scary thing, because whatever you have in your brain that it's supposed to be like is you put that upon yourself. There is no cookie cutter recipe, and there are tons of resources out there, both in Team Ignite and Everything with Heart. Just make it up and toss some extra coaches in and say, hey, let's run this group together, because we're getting to a place. No one's ever going to get kicked out of any group. Trust me, we'll run them 100 deep if we have to. But we are getting to a place where there are a lot of growth in this team, which is fantastic. But that's going to mean some big old groups. And for those of us who like to go through and comment on everybody's stuff, you feel like you might want to gouge out your eyeballs because it's like 80-man deep up in there. So we're going to have to start to break out a little bit and say, it's okay. Like we're here, we'll be in there. And if that means that me and Megan need to be in 4 groups just to help you guys feel better, then that's cool. Like we'll do it. Kimberly will do it until everybody feels better, but just don't be afraid of it supposed to be a certain way, because it's not. It's whatever. Leslie's group is Leslie's group, and Teresa's is Teresa's, and Megan's is Megan's, and that's just how they are. And that's why they want you. They just want the support and the safe place to fall. They do not care what the picture looks like.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. Teresa, I think it was you that said, I don't know how to get back to the, well, I guess I can get out of this and then I can get back to it. There it is. Okay. You said, scares me to only have 1 or 2 challengers in the group. That's not going to happen, because what you're going to do is you're going to say, all right, I'm taking it upon myself to set up this group. And then you're going to say, hey, Leslie, do you want to join me? Hey, Crystal, would you like to join me? Hey, Joanna, do you want to join me? And the 4 of you guys, the 5 of you guys are going to do it together, and you're all going to have people. So there's never going to be a group that doesn't have people in it. And even this group right here that I have, this one right here, I think it is. There's 9 people in here, and nobody's upset about it. There's 9 people, and 9 people are posting in it. 9 people get in there every day and share what's going on. So don't worry about the stuff, like all that stuff. Don't worry about it. Like it doesn't need to be. There's no set number that are supposed to be in it. There's no exactly what Blaine just said. Like get all that stuff out of your head about what you expect it to be, because that's not what it is. Like it's what you want it to be. As long as those people have that information that they need, that's all that really matters. So, Leslie, the only way to do better is just to do them 1 take, 1 try, and post it. They're never as bad as I think they are. Yeah, make videos, guys. It's no big deal. I mean, like they don't take that long. I get it. I know that it seems a little scary, but I promise you that you will get better at it every single day that you do one. I'm not saying do one every single day, but like the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So get out of your comfort zone, just do it and get it over with. Like, it's going to be amazing. And exactly what Blaine just said, it's going to be good because it has you in it. And your challenger is going to love it because they don't know what the video is supposed to look like. They have no idea what Summer's video looks like because they've never seen it and they're never going to. So don't stress that. Like, just know, get in there, share your heart, let them know what you do. If it's a meal planning video, just share how you do it. There's no wrong way to meal plan. The only wrong way to do it is to not do it at all. So, I mean, that's all there is to it. Like, get all of it out of your head that, you know, it has to be some certain way or yours isn't going to be as good as somebody else's or any of that stuff, because that's not the case. You guys are all absolutely amazing, and that is the truth. And that is the one thing that I do know about everybody on this team. And when I click stop share, it won't stop sharing. There we go. So anyways, we have less than a minute. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Blaine. And if you do have questions, feel free to ask them when I post the recording of the video. If you're setting your group up and you have any questions at all, you guys, it's not like it's like you're setting your group up, go, you're not allowed to ask any questions about it. You can't, like, get in there, set it up, put me in there, put Blaine in there, put Kimberly in there and say, hey, what do you think about how I set this up? We're going to be right there to support you. And like I said, you're going to get a group of coaches together to be